What's up, guys? This is Jacob coming at you from the Geek Talk Society, and holy crap, this is fucking huge. Stephen Amell has just confirmed on Twitter that, let me just read you his tweet. Playing Oliver Queen has been the greatest professional experience of my life, but you can't be a vigilante forever. Arrow will return for a final run of 10 episodes this fall. There's so much to say. For now, I just want to say thank you. You know what? Thank you, Stephen Amell. Thank you. You have taken a C-rated character like Green Arrow and you've turned him into an absolute, excuse the French, fucking badass. This was one of the very few superhero shows that really grabbed me. Okay, and I didn't come on board with this show till it was halfway through season 3. So I binged the whole of season 1 and 2 and I was hooked. You have brought such an elegance to the character that he now stands out. He's in all the games, he's in all the shows, he's everywhere. Now, I have a theory about how they're going to write him out, and it's relating to Crisis on Infinite Earths. If you think back to Elseworlds, he was talking to, I've forgotten the guy's name, someone remind me in the comments, but he was talking to him, and it looked like he made a deal to prevent Kara and Barry from dying. Now, in the Crisis on Infinite Earths storyline, I'm pretty sure Barry's the one who dies. So I think in exchange, in his place, Oliver's going to take that place. And I think this is probably one of the biggest storylines they're ever going to do for these CW TV, like superhero shows. And I think Stephen Amell is going to exit the role of Green Arrow for good. Do I think we will never see him again? No. I think we will see him again in future because this, they call it the Arrowverse for a reason. This is his universe. He's like the Robert Downey Jr. of these shows. You can't really do it without him. But the Flash, you can do so much with. Supergirl, you can do so much with. Arrow's kind of exhausted. They've borrowed all of Batman's villains. So there's not really a whole lot of things that they could do, which is one of the problems with Diaz. They're probably building up to a cataclysmic event, and just to round it all off. But they're reducing it down to 10 episodes. Now, I like this. I like this because it's condensed storytelling. And this is what I've always said. I prefer quality over quantity. With you having 23 odd episodes, you've got to stretch out the storytelling. So like in my Flash reaction that I'll be putting up soon, I complained about Barry apologizing every 2 seconds, but obviously you've got to fill the screen time. You've got to stretch it out. In 10 episodes, you can just bang it out one after the other. You haven't got to slow down. You can just smack it all out of the park. And I think these 10 episodes, and especially with the introduction of Emiko Queen, I think it's done. And with all the flash forwards showing the future Arrow team, I think this is the end for Arrow. I think it's had a great run. I think it's one of the best superhero shows I've ever personally seen. It's had up and down moments, particularly in season 3 and 4. 5 really stepped it up. 5 is probably one of the best seasons of superhero TV I've ever seen. 6 has its moments, a bit average, but it has some very good moments. Season 7 has been fucking phenomenal so far. So season 8 will obviously be a reduced season, but with it being 10 episodes, I think that 10th episode will be the crossover episode, or 8 or 9. Like, it will tie into the final crossover that we see Arrow in. And while Flash and Legends and whatever else, they carry on past that, like normally, like 20 odd episodes or something, I think Arrow will finish with 10, and then it will end with Oliver Queen's exit. Stephen Amell probably won't be gone from the universe for good because he is the Arrowverse. He's got such a presence, from the theme to just him there. He's basically their version of Batman. But with them trying to introduce Batgirl, they've still got Supergirl, Legends. There's rumors of Black Lightning all the time. And they're looking at other potential means. I think they've taken Arrow as far as they can. And they were, as Stephen Amell said himself, he wanted them to write season 7 of Arrow like it was its last. So I think this season is going to have such a culmination and conclusion that you could take this as the final season. And these last 10 episodes will just be about tying up loose ends. So don't be surprised if you see Slade. Don't be surprised if you see Malcolm. Don't be surprised if you see Adrian Chase in any way, like the Illusion. I'm sure they'll pop up because when you round off a show like this, call it fan service. You've really kind of got to do it, you know, just to acknowledge how far you've come. Now, regardless of some of the storylines and story choices they've taken, I will never ever have a bad word to say about this show overall. This show is my favorite. I love Flash. I used to love Legends. Black Lightning's cool. Um, Supergirl, hit and miss. Arrow is my favorite one. It's the most down to earth, realistic, and I feel it has more real consequences. And you see that as the season progresses. And I just want to say, Stephen Amell, thank you so much for this portrayal. Anyone who plays Green Arrow after you, like with Solo and the young guy, Alden Ehrenreich, I'll give them a chance, but mate, trust me, no one else is the Green Arrow other than you. And anyone who comes along will have hard shoes to fill, because as far as I'm concerned, you are the Green Arrow, and that's it. End of story. But, you know, I lost my train of thought there. I really lost my train of thought. But yeah, guys, look, he's leaving the role. He's confirmed it, and I'm glad he's done it now, because it gives us time to get ready for it instead of just throwing it at us. And to be honest, I think we all knew this was coming. You know, if The Flash was on season 7 going on 8, they could probably still do a bit more with it, because it's The Flash and you can do a bit more, and there's a lot more villains to explore overall, such as Godspeed and other characters. But I don't want to say, just in case they're introduced, you know, I don't want to spoil all the good ones to come. But Arrow, they've kind of borrowed all of Batman's villains. And there's not really many villains in my eyes left for him to fight. Diaz was the guy I never knew about until now, or aka Richard Dragon. But it feels like with season 7, they've already tied up loose ends anyway, you know. And in the end of season 6, you know, Slade went on his own journey. As I said, I'm sure we'll see him once more before it finishes for good. But thank you to the writers, thank you to the cast, and thank you to the crew. This show is incredible, and I tell you what, I can't wait when 8 seasons are released in a box set. I'll be the first one in line buying it, because the first superhero I ever cosplayed at a convention, so Stephen Amell, this is me talking to you, was you. I cosplayed you. Not greatly, you know, my costume was a bit half-assed, but I cosplayed as you. And, you know, out of anyone I could have cosplayed, I think you've had a very good impact on this character. And you've made a guy with a bow and arrow look cool. Seriously. I thought against Flash and Supergirl, how's a guy with a bow and arrow supposed to stand up to him? But nah, man, you got this on lock. You got this on lock. And I'm going to miss seeing you in the Arrowverse. I'm excited to see what you're going to do next. Maybe you'll do some more Casey Jones stuff or something. Sure, we'll see you in the Arrowverse in future, but you know, just not as regularly. But that's all I got to say on it, folks. He's announced, he's confirmed it, and I think we all knew that this was coming, so it's no surprise to me. But for now, Stephen Amell, thank you so much for this portrayal. And you know, Green Arrow has become one of my favorite characters. And if you'd have told me a few years ago before I started watching Arrow, I'd have never said that. Because I thought, guy with a little poncy hat, you joking? But when they say Green Arrow, I think of you. I think of you. Guys and girls, leave your comments down below. Make sure you go and pay tribute to Stephen as much as you can. Go and pay homage to the writers, the cast, the crew, everyone who's built this great story. You know, to get to 8 seasons is fucking incredible. You know, to get to 1 season, 1 full season without cancellation is a feat in itself. And to get 8 seasons, all right, 7 seasons, about 20 odd episodes, and the last season's only gonna be 10, but it's still brilliant. And they've accomplished so much with this show, and it kickstarted Flash, it kickstarted Supergirl, it kickstarted Legends, it probably inspired Black Lightning. This show deserves all the accolades it gets, and I could not be more proud to have been on it, on this journey. And that's all I gotta say, really. Big up all of you. Big up every single one of you. Guys and girls, leave your comments down below. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up, you comment, and you be sure to subscribe and take your first step into a larger fandom. And I will talk to you soon.
Thanks so much for watching the video, boys and girls. If you like this video, please be sure to give the video a massive thumbs up, share it on all your socials, and leave a comment down below, as this is just the start of the discussion. And make sure you check out our SoundCloud page to have us with you on the go wherever you may be. And don't forget to check us out over at Teespring to supply yourself with the best geeker merchandise and take your first step into a larger fandom. And I will talk to you soon.